So while we're on the subject of blush, and if you didn't know we were on the subject of blush, you may have missed my last two videos, which have been all about blush, in which case you're probably not a subscriber. So if you're interested in all things blush, please do consider subscribing. But anyway, while we're on the subject, I wanted to revisit the MAC Glowplay cream blushes. Now, I reviewed these when they first came out, and I think that was probably about 2 years ago. And I'm still using the same products that I spoke about then, and I have added to the collection as well. And I just wanted to revisit these guys because I am on the eternal quest for all things blush that are suitable for mature skin. And these are real winners. So they are a kind of putty blush. They're very reminiscent of the Maybelline little blush pots that came out quite a few years ago. They are a very kind of creamy sort of putty texture. So they're really quite easy to work with, and you can apply them with a brush or with your fingers. Now, because they are quite creamy but firm in the pan, I do like to go in with a brush. And so I have got, this is just a very ordinary kind of foundation stroke cream blush brush, and it's very, very soft, but it does have a little bit of firmness to it, so the bristles are quite compact. And I just find that this is really quick and easy to apply blush, and it gives you a little bit more precision than your fingers, but you could definitely apply these with your fingers. And when I first purchased these, they did take me back to the Maybelline ones, which tended to dry out. And because they had a putty formula, I wasn't sure, what their longevity would be. But I can say that after 2 years, these are all still going really, really strong. So that's also a really good thing that they haven't dried out in the pan. Now, I think there are about 12 different shades in the range. There's some beautiful ones for light skin tones, medium skin tones, and dark skin tones as well. And I'm going to take you through the 4 that I have. So the first one I've shown you is in the shade called Blush Please, and it's a kind of mauvey pink shade. It really is a gorgeous kind of neutral and really just goes with a whole lot of different lipstick looks. So there it is there swatched on the back of my hand. So it's a really great kind of everyday shade. Well, these are all everyday shades, but Blush Please is just a really great neutral. And then I have one called Grand. Now this, I believe, is one of their best sellers, and it's a kind of corally peachy type pink. So also really beautiful, and these just blend out so beautifully on the skin. So there, I've swatched it. There it is there next to Blush Please. So it is just a gorgeous coral and can be sheared out. That's what I love about these, is you can make them look really natural. You can build them up, and they really are easy to blend as well. So before I go on to the other shades that I have, I'm going to apply a little bit of this just to show you how quick and easy it really is. Now all I've got on is my foundation, and I have done a little bit of contour with the Catrice contour stick. This is the light one, and I find that the contour shade on the light stick is just really great. It just blends out into almost nothing, but it just gives me a little bit of structure. So taking the blush, I'm going to go in with Grand. I take my brush and just brush it over the blush like that, and then I just start patting it all over the cheek area, and you can see already it's really pigmented. It picks up beautifully on the brush and just goes on so beautifully. And already that's given me quite a lot of opacity. Now you could sheer it out. I do prefer a little bit more blush than probably the normal person in the street. It's just one of my things. I just love blush. It's probably my favorite product over everything, including mascara. It's just the one thing that can really make your face come alive. So I really do love it, and I do tend to go a little bit overboard sometimes. But this is just to show you just the ease of application. So really just so easy can be sheared out as well. And these have got amazing staying power, so they do last the whole day. You really don't need to touch up with these at all. They don't emphasize texture either. They just give you a gorgeous wash of color. So now onto the other shades that I have. I've got one called So Natural, and it really is so natural. It's a very natural shade, and it's amazing on very light skin tones. So this is what it looks like in the pan. It doesn't really look like much, but it just looks gorgeous on the skin. I'm going to swatch a little bit for you, and really is just very, very flattering. So it's got quite a lot of peach to it. It doesn't have any kind of pink to it. I'm not even sure if that's going to pick up on camera, but it really is a gorgeous one. So that one you would go with if you have light to medium skin and you really just want something that is going to be very, very natural. If you are new to blush, or you really just don't like this kind of effect and you just want something that's going to define your cheekbones, then this shade is really absolutely beautiful. And then the fourth shade that I have from the range is called Heat Index, and this is one of those really interesting ones. It just looks very, very burnt in the pan, very, very bold, but it is a gorgeous shade, and this would work beautifully on really dark skins as well. So it's just absolutely stunning. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to apply a little bit, and I'm going to show you that it really is not as scary as it seems. So just taking my brush again, I'm just going to gently pull off some pigment from the pan, and you can see it really does look very bright. And I'm just going to again just tap it on very, very lightly. So there, that's kind of the base of the shade. But now obviously I'm going to blend it out. So I'm going to actually take a synthetic blush brush. This one is a little MAC one. And now that we've placed the pigment, I'm going to really shear it out with this. So just to show you how beautifully it blends, and that it really is not as scary as it looks in the pan. And obviously if you have a darker skin tone, you wouldn't blend it out as much as this. You could build it up, and it just gives you a really beautiful pop of color. And this is a gorgeous, this is a summer and a winter shade. So winter, it's just going to give you a gorgeous winter flush all over the cheeks. It does seem a little bit more matte than the one that I've got on this side, which is Grand. Grand seems to have a tiny bit of a glow to it. Heat Index seems to be a little bit more matte. But you can see that it really blends out beautifully. It's just testament to the blendability of these blushes. And we're going to build it up just a little bit. But really absolutely gorgeous. So guys, if you haven't tried these, they've been around. I just wanted to remind you that they are still around. They are permanent in the MAC collection. And I really highly recommend them. If you're looking for a cream blush for mature skin, these are the bomb. So let me know, guys, if you have tried these. Let me know if you've tried any of the other shades in the range. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with some more blush videos. Ciao, ciao.